yes, we're going to take your AR-15, your AK-47.
Say guns are bad, get rid of them all. Like I said, I think it's un-American. I don't think it's the answer.
NRA is really a lobbying group that don't represent the average American. They're not patriotic. They're just selling guns.
And I'm very pro-gun. I think everybody should have them. I think if George Washington saw an automatic assault weapon, he wouldn't say ban this. He would say everybody should have 2 of these.
What is your reaction to the mass shootings in the US?
Very scared.
You are getting scared, but at the same time, what you are doing, you are trying to rethink why it is happening.
It's insanely common in US.
I think it's a national disgrace.
Pure shock, disbelief.
It's horrible. You hate to see it. You hate to see it every time.
Today, we ask people we meet in Riga, Latvia about what they think about mass shootings in the US. Keep watching for some surprising answers, including one about how 3 different countries united to overcome an obstacle and how such spirit of unity might help the US in its effort against gun violence.
It's kind of hard to grasp how a thing like that can happen.
The headlines make me confused over the way we address the problem.
It's obviously sad because you think about the victim.
When Sandy Hook happened, when Columbine happened, the whole world kind of stood still and went, how is this happening? Now at this point I see there's a mass shooting and yeah, I'm still shocked, but I'm kind of like, well, it's a Tuesday. I know that sounds really awful to say.
Yeah, I'm disgusted by it. And I live in a state where we recently had a number of shootings. We have shootings all the time. Uvalde is the one that really stands out.
Is the fact that you have a gun near your bed worth the fact that people are dying that don't deserve death just because other people that have the same right to you but are mentally unstable are willing to use the same gun in whatever fashion they desire?
Why is your right to own a gun more important than the right for a child to feel safe going to school?
As unfortunate as it may be, tugging on heartstrings over mass shootings is never going to justifiably convince me that it's okay to take my rights away. We have kind of like this tendency to demonize guns, and I think guns are a great thing. This country was founded on the premise that a well-armed civilian population is necessary to the security of a free state.
Gun ownership as a defense against the state or against the government is rational, because then maybe what you should be questioning is why you have the government that you have.
Why do you think that this is happening more in the US than most other countries?
In America, it is allowed to have guns.
I think it's a mental illness problem. I think it's a mental health issue. I don't think the guns are the problem.
They are doing it not because their life is so beautiful around. They feel angry, they feel depressed, they feel unsafe.
We can't just follow these politicians who are beholden to a special interest group.
Healthcare system is not as accessible as it is in other countries, and therefore people fall through the cracks and can't get treatment, and then, you know, also have the ability to pick up a killing machine.
There's crazy people everywhere in the world, but most crazy people in the world don't have a gun in their hand.
People with guns should be highly qualified and easily to track.
A campaign for Beto O'Rourke, who wanted more conscientious. I mean, he really wanted to end the sale of assault rifles, and he was clobbered in the polls. So I don't know really what to say.
Unfortunately, I'm not sure. I think we can mitigate it, but I don't think we could ever entirely eliminate it altogether. However, I think the moment you sacrifice security for freedom, you will eventually lose both and ultimately deserve neither.
I just maybe can share one example what actually happened in all the Baltic states. Year before the Soviet Union collapsed, it was a huge action in the Baltic states. We're calling it Baltic Way. So imagine that more than 1 million people were standing in the human chain, holding each other hands, and it was kind of a peaceful resistance. From Vilnius till Tallinn with no gaps, so people standing together. And after 1 year, we got our independence back. So this peaceful resistance is showing us that peacefully we could make the change.
To check kindergartens and schools, what is happening there, is there any violence? Because if children are growing in a violence, then they will continue to spread it into society in the future when they will be adults.
When the people are united, then we can do a lot of different and great things together.
All right, last question for our viewers. Why should they visit Riga?
Riga is a wonderful place, especially during summer. The architecture is amazing, people are warm and friendly. You have the beach, you have the nature, you have a beautiful city with bars and people from all over the world. And music, we really like our music.
It has such an old Eastern European charm, beautiful architecture, troubled but incredibly interesting history. It has the kindest, warmest people.
Please come to Latvia because we have beautiful ladies and very tasty beer.
The old city is beautiful. Also, the prices are much better than some of the other countries I visited. A little better than Estonia, I think a fair bit better than Helsinki. And I see a country that's really working to make itself more beautiful. I think Riga is a great destination.